Hi guys, this is Samantha here again, and today I'll be focusing on the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Before I begin, I just wanted to say that historians must be objective and honest in their investigations, and my hope is to be just that when presenting this information to you guys today. William Miller was a self-taught farmer who was a deist who converted to Baptist in his adult life. He studied the Bible vigorously, and his studies led him to applying principles of the Enlightenment in order to prove reasonableness of the Bible. Miller was highly fascinated with the apocalyptic prophecy and was extremely convinced that the numbers from the prophetic books in the Bible predicted that Jesus would come back a second time between the years of 1843 and 1844. Miller and his followers, also known as Millerites, were excited to see Jesus again, but obviously that did not happen. The failure of Jesus not returning is called the Great Disappointment. From the rubble of the Great Disappointment grew Seventh-day Adventism. Developed by James and Ellen White, the Whites and their followers chose Battle Creek, Michigan as their home and thought it to be the perfect place to spread their ideas to the Midwest and beyond. Ellen White was considered a prophetess by Seventh-day Adventists, and her visions reveal the work of God. James White was a Sabbatarian Adventist minister, as well as a newspaper editor. And as a Sabbatarian Adventist, James followed the Old Testament strictly and observed Saturday, the seventh day of the week, as being the Holy Sabbath. On October 1st, 1860, they agreed to officially take up the name Seventh-day Adventists. Ellen and James together both traveled throughout Michigan preaching and spreading their ideas of the Seventh-day Adventist faith. And after attending a revival in Otsego, Michigan in 1863, Ellen came back home with her husband James to Battle Creek and held a prayer meeting at the house of one of their Adventist followers. During this prayer meeting, Ellen said that she was coming about on a vision. And her fellow Adventists stated that this vision was 45 minutes long, and her vision provided all Adventists with direction on how to live a healthier life. God had instructed them through Ellen to strive to adopt a vegetarian diet and to avoid caffeine, alcoholic beverages, and tobacco in any form, and to also explore alternative medical treatments such as hydrotherapy or therapeutic baths. It was after this major vision that on May 21st, 1863, the Seventh-day Adventists were officially a denomination and operated as such. Seventh-day Adventism grew institutionally as well and established their own educational system. The first school, which grew to become Battle Creek College, opened in 1868, and its teachings made sure to protect the denomination's children from what Ellen White perceived to be the poisonous influence of the public schools and society in general. On August 6, 1881, James White died, which caused a very huge blow to the Seventh-day Adventist Church. A historian later said that Seventh-day Adventism would not have been the same without Ellen White, but it would not have existed without James. Ellen went on to travel to Europe and Australia and eventually settled back in the U.S. in California. From there, she continued to monitor the growth of the church until her death in 1915. Today, 1.2 million belong to the Seventh-day Adventist denomination, and they claim the Bible as their only creed and the only standard of their faith and practice. And their only criteria for membership is baptism by immersion. Adventists hold 28 fundamental beliefs that can be organized into 6 categories: the doctrines of God, man, salvation, the church, the Christian life, and last day events. And I would just advise you all to go out to the Seventh day Adventist page if you're interested, which is www.adventist.org, just for more information on their beliefs. Thank you.